Hey, Internet. I am a concerned citizen. No, actually, I'm a concerned gamer. If you're my age, you can remember that when Nintendo used to be named in console wars, it used to be part of the console wars. Now it's not really named as part of it. It's mostly just Xbox versus PlayStation. Now, I'm not saying that Nintendo has fallen off, nor am I saying that it ever will. I'm just saying I remember a time, the good times, when Nintendo used to be the poster child for gaming, and it is not that anymore. Now, I want y'all to remember our good friends, Nintendo, our other good friend, the GameCube, and our not so good friend, the Wii. This is actually the Wii U, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. They both play the same games. But this right here, my friends, is where I believe everything went wrong for Nintendo. Not wrong, not wrong. Wrong is the bad word. It's when it kind of just, like it got left behind, is what I'll say. Now that we've gotten the intros out of the way, let's hop straight into the meat and potatoes of this discussion. Now, when I say the Wii was a stagnation for Nintendo, I'm saying that while the Wii was a very innovative idea, because it was, the thought of it was a gamer's wet dream. We all imagined being able to use our hands and feet to actually move an avatar, and Nintendo just made us a step closer. You could have wrote that idea on paper and we would have bought it. But it was just the thought of it that was amazing. And Nintendo sold the hell out of that gaming console. I mean, do you remember the commercial for it?
We would like to play.
I mean, I don't feel like I'm wrong when I say this, but I believe all of us, just from that commercial, wanted the Wii. That commercial itself sold the hell out of that gaming system. I mean, from Wii Sports to the Wii Remote to the Nunchuck, Meat Plaza. The Wii was a very fun game to have when it was first delivered. But there were very few games that was actually enjoyable. And the fact that we had to swing the Wii Remote and Nunchucks around to play didn't make it any better. Yes, it was fun, in theory, but there was no turning it off for the majority of games that Nintendo dropped off. It forced you to use motion controls to do everything. Everything. That right there is one of the biggest things that killed it, the lack of options for playing a game. No one likes to be forced to do anything, especially if it's inconvenient to you, the consumer. It's okay to do it sometimes. I understand playing Wii Sports to swing the Wii Remote a certain way to play, or from playing Zelda. Sometimes I do want to feel like I'm swinging a sword to the enemy like a badass. But I believe that should be optional, because if I'm forced to do something all the time, it's going to ruin the game experience. Now, the controls itself weren't the only problem. The Wii had a pretty boring catalog of games on its shelf at GameStop. Your boy would spend all day looking at that damn shelf, and nothing of interest would ever pop up. The only game that kept my interest long term was Super Smash Bros. Pro. And guess what? It was a game I didn't have to use motion controls for. They maybe had one or two blockbuster games that came out a year. Not to mention, as someone who only had the Wii, it had a lackluster online experience compared to that of the PlayStation or the superior console at the time, the Xbox. While all my friends were at home getting called the N-word on Call of Duty, I was at home playing Mario fucking Galaxy. Now I'm down about 2 years of trauma. The point is, the online gaming was just exploding into the console scene, and Nintendo to this day do not have a good online presence with their games. Now let me paint you a personal picture. The year is 2007, Christmas time. Your mom just got a bonus, and she says she will buy you one of the consoles. Now all of your friends have an Xbox, and games like Halo 3, Modern Warfare, Guitar Hero, and Gears of War are exploding in popularity, not to mention the online experience. But guess what? Nintendo's dropping Brawl, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, in 3 months. So what do you buy? You buy a fucking Nintendo. A fucking Nintendo. Now I can honestly say I don't regret my choice, but you can imagine the frustration of not being a part of this culture for another 2 years. Now imagine that poor black 13-year-old not being able to be called a fucking N-word through his fucking headsets. The agony! But back to the subject. While Nintendo didn't quite learn from their mistakes, because after the Wii, you and I, we got the Wii U. Now the cool part about this is that you got to play your Wii games on this console. No, that's not cool. While it was a good feature, the Wii itself didn't have that many games. And on top of that, the Wii U came with this big ass portable TV that was a controller. This is it. This is the controller. I'm not lying. Wii U. Now I don't want to beat a dead horse because we're basically repeating the same thing at this point. The Wii U suffered from the same thing. It was the online. It was the lack of third-party games. But the Wii U did allow third-party games, but the selection was just minuscule. There was not many third-party games. The list of games that were imported to the Wii U was very limited compared to that of the Switch. While I am sure there are more reasons that happens to support my claims on what I believe caused Nintendo to have a slight fall downward. Now, while I do say these things about the Wii and the Wii U, they did both sell very well, and I'm sure they're definitely a success revenue-wise. But I'm positive that most fans only bought it because we had faith in Nintendo, and that faith eventually brought us to the Switch, which I consider to be a very great system. And that's it. That's it to start my first video for my gaming channel. I'm the Father Mac. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'm sure I'll get better, so please don't judge me too hard. I know it's not the best quality, but hey, they say just start. They say just start, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just start. And please don't peg me out to be some type of fanboy of any system or any type of hater of Nintendo. I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo. I literally have a Haunter. I have a Haunter, and I have Skull Kid from Zelda tatted on me. I love Nintendo, and I have every single system. I have the Switch to the Xbox to the PlayStation. I'm no fanboy. I'm just saying what I think happened. But if you can, give me a like, give me a follow. Please support your boy. Thanks. Peace.